Okay, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Vizia as a way to use a YouTube video or any type of video to pause the video along the way in order for students to ask questions, or sorry, to answer questions as they watch the video. So just for this example, I'm going to use this video, Introduction to Balancing Chemical Equations by Tyler DeWitt. And all you have to do is copy this link over here. And so it pastes it right there for you. And then you just press continue. And it takes you to the Vizia site where it will have the video here for you. So this bar along the bottom is where you can add in different quizzes or polls or different types of responses. So what we will look at here is we'll just go ahead and start it.
This is an introduction to balancing chemical equations. We're going to talk about what it means for an equation to be unbalanced or balanced.
So anytime you see a good opportunity to ask a question, you just want to pause the video by clicking on it, and then you can put your cursor, the red line, right where you want the question to be. You can choose if you want it to be a question or a response. I would like it to be a response. This would be like more of a pre-assessment question. So maybe I want to ask, what do you think it means for an equation to be balanced or unbalanced? So in this, I'm just trying to get an idea of what my students think it means for an equation to be balanced and unbalanced. I'm going to save that question. Once you have that saved, you can go ahead and move on to the next part there. So let's go ahead
and then we'll learn the process that you go through to balance a chemical equation. I want to start with a few examples that show the concepts behind balancing.
So just to save time, I'm not going to go through the entire video, but typically I would put questions all along here, and you could go anywhere from like a quiz, a poll, a call to action. So there's lots of different ways that you can do that. For the quiz, you can, so let's, for example, I'll put a quiz question in here.
So if I get...
So let's say my quiz question is, what is a coefficient in a chemical reaction equation? It represents how many reactions there are. It represents the number of moles of a compound or element. It represents the number of atoms within a compound. Okay, so we can have that, and I always like to say none of the above. Remember, this is just an introduction, so we want to keep it simple. So for a quiz question, you can actually click the correct answer. So we're going to save that. And then let's say maybe at the end, like I said, this is not a very good example of where I'd be more strategic of where I'm placing these questions, but just to give you the idea, let's say I want to poll my students at the end, how confident are you with balancing chemical equations? Not at all. I kind of get it. I get it, but I need more practice, or I'm ready to be assessed on this. Okay, so for polls, you don't have to put a correct answer, obviously, because it's just kind of gauging where the students are. So save that. So let's say I'm done with my questions for my video, I want to make sure to give my video a name. So let's say that this one's going to be Introduction to Balancing Equations, Visio, so that I know that that's the one that I made for my students. So I'm going to update that, and then it's really simple from there. All you're going to do is you can, you've copied this, you can preview it if you'd like, but you can copy this and you can put it wherever in the LMS that your students use. You can email it to them. You can embed it by using this, this code here. Once you start having responses, you will be able to open up a Google Sheet, and it will allow the responses to be housed there for you so that you can see how your students are doing with that. So just really quickly, let me show you what the preview looks like. And so you know what a question looks like. So we'll go ahead and go to the first question.
This is an introduction to balancing chemical equations. We're going to talk about what it means for an equation to be unbalanced or balanced. And then we'll learn the process.
So then there it is. So it stops the video, and then the students will enter their response there. Click continue and then go on. Okay, I hope this helped.